Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon to all our 12th Monarchs out there in Monarch Nation, coming off a frustrating loss at North Texas this week. As I told our players right after the game, that tough times don't last forever, but tough people with good character do last forever, and that's what our focus is going to be on, continuing to have great character, continue to work as a team to improve in the areas that we're deficient, and that's what we will do. We will survive this, and we'll grow and get better from it. We had 3 turnovers on offense in this game. We allowed 13 explosive plays on defense, which are either plus 10-yard runs or plus 15-yard passes, and we had the 2 block punts, one that led to a touchdown, that were really the difference in what was a very close football game. Now, we took the ball away twice. We had a beautiful interception by JoJo Hedon early in the game that we needed to turn momentum around. We had another strip fumble that Sean Carter returned. In both of those turnovers, we had opportunity to score touchdowns, and we didn't. We only scored field goals. That's the difference between 14 points and 6 points off of turnovers, which we need to convert those to touchdowns. And then we had the 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns by Isaiah Harper that were, the first one was just a clinic rep on how well it was blocked by everybody on the field. Ted and I featured those in our Anatomy of a Play today for the first time ever, 2 plays in Anatomy of a Plays. And then the second one was just a tremendous individual effort by Isaiah Harper. He got pinned in on the right side, reverse, came all the way back to the field, and with his sprinter speed outran everybody in that situation. The frustrating part of the fourth quarter was the fact that we had up 3 points. We had the ball. We had a sack and a fumble in a situation where Stevie was trying to throw the ball out of bounds. He was in the grass by the defender. Should have just taken the ball, gone down for the sack, but he was trying to throw the ball away, not lose yardage, and one of the defenders came in from behind and hit the football. Great job by our defense, and that sudden change holding them to a field goal, which kept it at 38, and then the big play was the 4th and 1 on our 48-yard line where we didn't get the yard, and we need to be able to convert those short yardages. We have to get better at that on short yardage on offense, because that was obviously a critical play. North Texas took 4 plays to score after that to take a lead. We had another 4th and 1 on their 43-yard line where we just missed on the throw and catch to Melvin Vaughn, and then at the end of the game, the last drive, when you're in it, you have to go for everything. We got stopped on a 4th and 1 on our own 32. So 3 critical situations that were really decided the game at the end of the game. On special teams, obviously the 2 kickoff returns for a touchdown. We had a big fake punt in the second quarter that converted on a drive where we went 17 plays for 60 yards. That really got our offense going. A field goal that cut it to 12 at the half. Those were big plays for us, but we allowed 2 block punts. The first one we miscounted on an assignment off the edge, and their guy came through clean, the block for the touchdown. And the second one, we just missed a guy up the middle that we got to get a better hand strike on. So we got those corrected. We were good the rest of the game, but obviously that can't happen. Defensively, early on, we were playing more zone than man. Their quarterback, Mason Fine, who plays like one of the best quarterbacks in the league. The last 2 weeks between Mike White and Mason Fine, we've seen 2 really good quarterbacks. He threw for a lot of yards in the first quarter. We made an adjustment, started playing more man coverage, and then I felt like for the better part of the second quarter and the second half, we played very good defense. We held North Texas to 10 points in the second half, and that was off the turnover where they got the ball on our 23-yard line. We held them to a field goal, which is a great job by our defense. And then when they got it on our 48, we didn't convert the 4th and 1. They scored there. So we were a much better team when we started playing more man coverage. We wanted to play it from the start, but with our safeties, Rob Thompson and Christian Byram out, Jamez Brickhouse got hurt in the first quarter. Didn't return. We were depleted in the back end, but give a lot of credit to Brandon Addison, who continues to play with a couple sprained ankles. JoJo Hedon came in, played really well, had a nice interception for us, so that certainly helped us at that point. Offensively, 84 plays 386 yards, 35 points, which is a season high for us. We just need more explosive plays. You know, when you run 84 plays and you average 4.5 yards a play, we're not getting the explosive plays that we have in the past. We ran the ball well. The offensive line was outstanding, 205 yards. Jeremy Cox with a tough 24 carries for 109 yards and a touchdown, but the long run for him was 15. We just couldn't get anything out. Their safeties did a nice job tackling at the second or third level. And our quarterback ran the ball well again. He had 55 yards rushing. He had a touchdown rushing. He's getting much better at the zone read play of deciding when to hand the ball off, when to keep it. He's explosive when he runs. He had 45 yards last week, 55 this week, so he's improving in that regard. He completed 60% of his passes in this game. He had 2 interceptions. One was tipped by a D lineman. When he had Kevin Todd, he was making the right read, throwing it, tipped it, went right back down to the D lineman, and then one that he underthrew Isaiah Harper a little bit on, and Harp just couldn't get back to the ball. Our best football offensively was at the end of the half and the third quarter. We had 4 straight drives that were good, solid drives. 3 of them produced points, 2 touchdowns, and a field goal. We've been really efficient in burst of offense this year, particularly these past 6 games. We've just got to get better at being consistent. This week's opponent, Charlotte, comes in off a bye. They won 2 weeks ago at home against UAB, a team that's 5-2 right now, a very good football team. Those guys were down 17-0, showed tremendous character in that game to come back and win that football game. And we'll be excited to play them. We're going to have to handle their quarterback. They've got an outstanding quarterback. He's athletic. He runs the ball. He throws the ball. We'll have to do a good job there defensively. They're not giving up explosive plays. They're making you earn it. So we'll be excited to play. It's homecoming, which is always a good time, particularly to have our alumni, however many alumni we have at this point in our program, that are coming back. So it'll be good to see those guys, and I'll take questions.
Bobby, how hopeful are you getting some of those guys back in the secondary? Thompson, Byram, I guess Brickhouse.
Yeah, I think Thompson and Byram will both be back. Rob had that pretty severe quad contusion that he got in the first half at Western Kentucky, and he just got it out in the second half, and they got really bad last week. So, but I'm hopeful that Rob will be back. He's told me he's playing this week regardless. Byram, he's just got to get cleared by the doctor. He got sick last week. Brickhouse right now, we'll have to see how he feels over the next couple of days, because he just couldn't get loose during this game. It was a little bit colder, but he just could not get himself loose and just couldn't run the way he needed to run. So possible all 3. Hopeful on Thompson and Byram for sure.
What about Ray with his hip?
Yeah, Ray got a hip pointer in the Western Kentucky game. It was really bothering him last week. He tried to gut it out. He tried to play. He just couldn't get loose. He just couldn't get it going. And that's the same injury Jeremy Cox had earlier in the year that really bothered him. So we're hopeful that throughout the week, getting treatments, we'll monitor him in practice. We're hopeful that he'll be able to play this weekend, and he really wants to play. It's just a matter of the treatments. It's not the hamstring now that's bothering him now. It's the hip pointer.
Anything else for Coach?
All right, thank you all for coming, and we'll look forward to seeing you Saturday at homecoming.